Coming up next.
This one I got to get to. I think this one's going to be huge.
You will be destroyed!
The 1-2 Cowboys are going to get their ass kicked on Sunday as they were left barely standing, getting embarrassed by Caleb in Chicago. The pissed off 2-1 Packers are coming to AT&T Stadium, and they're bringing the recently traded Micah Parsons with them. And even though Jerry said there's no hard feelings, although he's not going to give him a tribute video, I think a eulogy is going to be more appropriate, as I entitled this Parson, this ass-whooping Alice, because Dallas has no D left. This is going to get ugly. This is going to get ugly quick.
All right, go ahead and show the clip.
The Packers are coming to cream the Cowboys in their own house in AT&T Stadium. Vegas has them only favored by 6.5. I think they're winning by 14 easy. Packers just got embarrassed by the Browns. Now they're ready to make a point. Dallas is about to, in my opinion, start one of the bigger historic slides toward the bottom that I don't think a lot of y'all were expecting, and it's all going to be started by their former best player, Micah Parsons, who a lot of people have now dubbed the Alice Cowboys appropriately, because without Micah, Cowboys got no D.
Is this true?
Yes, it's true. This man has no...
It's kind of a cliche joke, but man, it is true. You look at Dallas's defense, they have become a disaster without Micah Parsons. Literally the worst in football. 397.7 yards allowed, third most in the NFL. 288 passing yards allowed, dead worst in the NFL. 9 yards per pass, worst in the NFL. 30.7 points per game allowed, sixth most in the NFL. 53.7 opponent third down conversion. Teams are converting third downs 53.7% of the time against the Cowboys. Again, worst in the NFL. -5 turnover differential. Worst. Do you get where I'm going? They suck on defense.
Defense.
And yes, Diggs is healthy and Bland is going to return, but I saw it myself. I walked to SoFi. I'm able to do that. I saw the preseason game versus the Chargers. This was a bad team that was shoestrung by a few stars of Dak and CeeDee and Micah, and they really just, around the rest of them, the talent was clearly inferior. They just have too many holes of too many weak spots to fill. They lack talent all over the field. And yes, their offense has had some bright spots, but with a historic bad defense the Cowboys had, it is only going to get worse. I will quickly shout out the offense. Javonte Williams looks great, 227 rushing yards, 5.1 yards per carry, third best in the NFL with 4 rushing touchdowns. Dak Prescott has a 71.4 completion rate. He looks like he's actually pretty good. CeeDee Lamb was on par and on track to be good again, but he just got hurt, and we'll talk about that. And the red zone offense had been finally, this has been a problem for the Cowboys for years, was finally doing well when they actually did make it there. 83% conversion rate in the red zone this year has been pretty phenomenal.
At least that's good.
But CeeDee's down, and it's just hard to say things can get much worse if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan. That is an absolute gut punch. That high ankle sprain is not only keeping CeeDee Lamb out for the next 3 to 4 weeks, it's going to linger. It's going to be with him for a while. They won't IR him because they literally are hopeless without CeeDee Lamb. And even Jerry, who first tried to downplay it, has finally said, yeah, dude, he's probably out for at least a month. We'll see if the mercurial George Pickens, Tolbert, and Turpin can catch up. But they are struggling and limping coming into this after getting their ass kicked by the Bears of all people. And the Packers and their defense with the newly acquired Micah Parsons are monsters.
Kill the quarterback. Hit the tight end so hard his girlfriend dies. Kill everybody.
Micah Parsons has turned Green Bay's defense to one of the nastiest units in the entire NFL. They are third in yards allowed per game at 232.3. They are seventh in passing yards allowed, and they only allow 64.3 rushing yards a game so far and only 14.7 points so far. First in the league, and only let other teams convert on their third downs 31% versus the Cowboys 53%. They stop you on third down. They don't let you run. They don't let you pass. They don't let you score. Oh, by the way, they had at least 4 sacks in their first 2 games. Micah Parsons has been leading that. He is the leading sack getter so far in the NFL. Do you see where I'm going? All signs point towards Cowboys. This is going to get bad, and you kind of deserve it, and just get ready. You are going to slide off a goddamn cliff. This is not just one bad matchup. This is the start of your collapse. I thought Vegas was too nice to you at the start of the season. 6.5 wins over under. You're out of your mind. You're way closer to the bottoms, the Browns, the Dolphins, the Saints, the Titans, the Jets. That is somewhere where the Cowboys live. I look at their schedule and I go, how the hell do you get to 7 wins? After they lose this week to the Packers, you got Jets and Panthers, which might be okay. Then after that, Commanders, Broncos, Cardinals, Raiders, and then you're going to lose every one of these games. Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, Vikings, Chargers, Commanders, Giants. 4 wins, to my opinion, tops, maybe 5. Have you watched this team? Have you seen this defense? The Packers are coming in to hammer the Cowboys. Micah Parsons is going to wreck his old team in prime time. Dallas is going to slide into irrelevance starting this Sunday night. And the nickname Alice Cowboys is probably going to stick around for a while because you got no D. Your defense sucks.
Your new defense system sucks.
Maybe go get Arch Manning. Is that still, even though he's been... Is that the new thing? Can we go get Arch Manning out to save the day next year? Ironically, you looked like, as the Dallas Cowboys defense, the Sam Houston versus Arch Manning. That's what you made Caleb Williams look like. It looked like he was just beating up on a JV team. Oh, this is J-Love and the Packers are going to kick your ass and show you what a big fat D is all about. Pause.
A big fat D.
Last one. 3 3-0s will leave only 3 chasing the 72 Dolphins' perfect season.
Onward to victory! No one can defeat us now!
We have 6. It's going to get down to 3, in my opinion, by the time Monday hits. Eagles and Bucks, because they're the 3-0 teams, they're going to play each other. But Colts and 49ers, D. Jones and the beat-up 49er pretenders are going to fall off the 3-0, and they're going to start their slide back to mediocrity. And as I've told you before, a lot of times you guys, we get all excited. It's NFL. You got every week to wait. 3-0 starts don't mean squat. 2023 Eagles were 10-1. They lost in the wild card to the Bucks. 2020 Steelers started 11-0. They collapsed. 2015 Falcons 5-0, missed the playoffs, and on and on and on. So there are 6 teams that are perfect: the Bills, the Colts, the Chargers, the Eagles, the 49ers, and Buccaneers. And I'm telling you right now, the Colts and 49ers are about to get exposed, and their march to the middle will start after this Sunday. And the Colts, I almost want to say, you got to be kidding me.
You can't be serious.
I mean, they're fool's gold at 3-0, more than any team I've seen in a while. Just look who they played. They played the Dolphins, they played the Broncos, and the Titans. Do you know what their combined record is? I'll tell you. 1-8. 1-8. They okay, great. They've won 3 games against 8 teams with a combined record of 1-8. You don't think the Ravens or the Chiefs or a lot of other good teams would also be 3-0 right now? And yes, Daniel Jones suddenly looks like the next Tom Brady. He's had 0 giveaways. He's had no interceptions. He's had no fumbles. It's the first time in the Super Bowl era we've seen a quarterback start like this. 111.7 passer rating, 71% completion. He's top 5 in everything in the NFL. He's again played the Dolphins, the Broncos, and the Titans for a combined record of 1-8. I don't care. At least Jonathan Taylor, who's a hell of a running back, you can at least point to has had some history and is balling his ass off. He leads the NFL rushing yards, 338. He leads the league in scrimmage yards, 431. He's tied for touchdowns right now with 4. He is second in yards after contact, so even when they do get on him, he's pushing right through him. He's a bad boy. I am not saying Jonathan Taylor isn't a bad boy, but what I will say, Jonathan Taylor's been there for the last 4 years, and in those last 4 years before this little 3-0 start, their combined record was 30, 37, and 1. So, okay. I really, I'm waiting for, the big, what do you got for me? And Daniel Jones, you guys, you got to be kidding me. Daniel Jones, can I say, needs a bigger sample size than 3-0 versus shit teams? Career record of 24, 44, and 1. And in just last year, this was a fun fact with Daniel Jones, threw more touchdowns to the other team because he threw 3 pick-sixes than his own team. Only 2 touchdowns through the first 10 weeks. I'll give you that again. He threw more touchdowns to the defense because he didn't just throw interceptions. He threw 3 pick-sixes. He only completed 2 touchdowns to his own receiver, and now he's beat 3 teams with a combined record of 1-8. And I'm supposed to pee my pants because he's suddenly in the Colts. Look. The difference between top 4 teams that I talked about and the Colts and a Daniel Jones, I brought this up before again, the matrix test. The top 4 teams, the Eagles, the Bills, the Bucks, even the Chargers now, there's something to be said about they have the quarterback that's not just their leader, but I call it the Matrix test. They know thyself. If you remember in that movie, the Oracle, when she's talking to Neo, says, I want to tell you a little secret. Being the one, it's like being in love. No one needs to tell you. You just know it, just through and through, balls to bone.
Being the one is just like being in love. No one can tell you you're in love. You just know it, through and through, balls to bones.
It's an explanation that you kind of need to know and buy into your own BS so everyone around you and your talent can hit a certain level. The top 4 teams I give credit to that are actually legit 3-0 contenders, again, Bills, Chargers, Bucks, Eagles, have that. They all have the same thing. Hurts and Allen have proven themselves to where they know thyself. Baker Mayfield and Herbert are really starting to push. Baker had a tough start, but is able to been figuring out. He seems to he just has a different swagger, and people have been talking about it.
It was that moment in the game, you took a pretty hard hit. And, it looked like you could have been seriously hurt. And you sprang right back up and just started jawing with C.J. Gardner-Johnson. Just what's the mentality like in those moments for you?
We don't take any shit. That's about it.
I was, again, in SoFi when Herbert threw that amazing touchdown versus the Broncos just the other day. He looks the part finally. I am not putting Daniel Jones in that category after beating 3 1-8 teams combined. I'm just not. And it's more than just a 3-0. It's an idea that when you're that guy and you're that quarterback and your team is elite for a reason, you know it the same way you know your age or your birthday. You know what I mean? Like if somebody said your birthday was March 15th and it wasn't, would you have any problem going, no, it's not? I know exactly. That's how much you have to know you're the man to be the quarterbacks that I'm talking about, the Allenses, the Hurts, and now maybe the Mayfields and the Herberts seem to be stepping into it. You got to know it like you know your height, your weight, your birthday. Like I just know it. I got bigger things to worry about. I already know I'm the man. The team knows it too. I do not put Daniel Jones in that category. And after all this ranting, by the way, he gets the Rams. Rabbit, do you know how to And as much as I'm giving the Chargers love, I still think the Rams are the best team in Los Angeles, a real defense. He's going to get his ass kicked. 49ers, I'll just make this quick. You're snake bit again with injuries. I don't know what y'all did. I don't know who killed a baby in a past life. Y'all are the most cursed team I've seen in a minute. 49ers, injuries. Y'all really do feel cursed. Nick Bosa, just out again for the season, torn ACL. Brock Purdy is still on the sidelines right now, toe injury and shoulder injury. Now you got Ricky Pearsall coming off a gunshot a couple years ago. He's now got knee soreness. Jaquan Jennings is out last week with ankle and shoulder. Your backup quarterback, Mac Jones, to back up Brock Purdy, he has a knee injury now. He's been limited in practice. Christian McCaffrey, they just got him out of his full body cast. Basically, he's got a calf issue. He didn't practice Wednesday. Trent Williams, your star left tackle, knee. Jesus Christ, what did y'all do? What did somebody in the 49ers organization do to the world to get the karmic just ass-kicking y'all get year to year? You've survived 3-0. You won't survive the Jaguars. The Jaguars are tough. They're gritty. They're coming for blood. They're number one in turnovers created in the entire NFL with 9. League best interceptions of 7 so far. Also just had an ugly win versus Houston, but they showed they have grit and are able to pull it out. They're a gritty, tough team who likes to turn over the ball. Your starting quarterback's out. Your backup's hurt. You're injured all over the place. You're going to lose. Colts are going to lose. And the only legit ones will be standing will be the Bills, the Eagles, the Chargers, and I'll put the Bucks in that category at least for a little bit longer, but one of them is going to lose as far as the Eagles and the Bucks when they play each other. So I will say the legit standards to go chase the 72 Dolphins would be the Bills, the Eagles, and I'm starting to think about the Chargers. I'm putting them there, and then I put the Bucks underneath, but the Daniel Jones-led Colts and the Niners will be gone after this week.
Tricky Guy Sports. Full episode online now. Don't forget to like and subscribe.